Hi, sports fans, another royal pairing connection as the king of online sports betting done hooked up with the underground king once again to spread the news. Listen, $5, yes, $5 measly dollars could get you $200 in free betting. $200 from $5. Listen, do the math, right? I ain't good at math, but I want you to do the math for me. That's asinine. $5 will get you $200. All you have to do is go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store, however you get your apps, and get to downloading that DraftKings Sportsbook app, baby, because it's about to be a whole lot of fun, especially when you enter the promo code TOPBILLIN and get to winning. Lots of fun this season, and it doesn't stop at just football, right? I'm all in it, baby, for basketball, baseball, whichever sport you like. DraftKings has you covered like makeup. And guess what? If you don't have online sports betting in your state, it does not matter because DraftKings Daily Fantasy is where it's at. And make sure you don't forget about those same game parlays as well. That's where you can enter multiple bets in the same game and level up for even more winning. $5 will get you $200. Tell them the Underground King sent you, baby. Let's have some fun, all right? Salute.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, y'all, so I'm going to open this back up again, and we're going to update since I'm on a little bit of a redemption tour, right? Everybody always wants to come to the channel on some old shit from 13 years ago talking about, well, this aged well, most corny played out shit ever, right? But very rarely do people come back and be like, man, you put your neck out on the line and when really nobody else did, and you were actually right. Tell me, what do you think about this one right here? When I said that Jalen Hurts was easily as talented as Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, and the rest of the 2021 QBs, and the Eagles should build around Jalen Hurts. Yep. And people went ape shit, was talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about, and all this and that. And this is from me doing the studies on Fields, Lance, and Wilson, right? Everybody knows about my stuff with Justin Fields. His Justin sexuals out there were getting extremely mad that I pointed out certain things in his game that I thought he needed to improve on before he met expectations, or the type of expectations that people were putting on him. I said straight up, I think he was a little overhyped. Now, that doesn't mean he's not talented, and that doesn't mean he won't eventually fix it. I thought he was overhyped for the type of attention that he was getting, but he's a darling. He's a media darling, and people will make excuses. Damn what the video says, right? They will make excuses. But let's have a little flashback, and then I want you guys to react, all right? This is in my opinion right here. With that number 6 pick, they do not need to target a quarterback. They already have a quarterback as good as any quarterback in this draft, not named Trevor Lawrence, on the team, and that is one Jalen Hurts. It is on that front. I think Jalen Hurts is easily as talented as Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, all these guys. I think you can do whatever you think you can do with those guys, you can do with Jalen Hurts. And you know this if you've been following my career. Obviously, I covered this kid at Alabama. That was my primary coverage of my entire career until I branched out. When he got to Alabama, I was already there covering that team. Jalen Hurts is a damn animal. He is a damn animal. His ability to retain and everything like that is absolutely phenomenal. He will just get better and better with more and more experience. People did not understand that. This is what people do. They go by perception. So if you're going by perception, Jalen Hurts did not have good perception to people when he was at Alabama. They labeled him as a certain type of quarterback, and he's unable to shake that. However, by the time he left Alabama, specifically his junior year, him coming in that SEC championship game against Georgia and saving the damn Alabama Crimson Tide season through the air, putting on an aerial display, you can tell, working with Mike Loxley, Dan Enos, and these guys like that, put him on another level.
It really did. And then him going to Oklahoma under Lincoln Riley, he put up numbers like those guys, any of these guys you're thinking now, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance. He was the number 2 in the Heisman that year to Joe Burrow. So you can say what you want to say about his skill set. I can see it for this guy. At the very least, you build your team up in Philly, which I would love to see. I want to see Philly build their team up. And if Jalen Hurts does not work out, it does not matter. Jalen Hurts is as good as these guys. So that means if you have to go in the next draft or two and get a quarterback, cool. There will be other QBs coming. You don't have to panic always and reach for a quarterback. Don't be I got to have it. You don't got to have it. You already got Jalen Hurts. You're good.
All right, check this out right here. Bro, I love you, but this is a rough take. You check this joint out right here. LOL, why do you all keep lying to yourselves like this? Look at this dude. You better start lying to yourself. The fuck is you talking about, man? Learn football. Stop being a sheeple. And his cat right here really killed me. This is how you know somebody doesn't even understand the sport that they're talking about. Jalen Hurts has average arm talent and struggles to throw the ball downfield in tight coverage. If Justin Fields is there, you got to draft him. Yeah. What? First of all, if you're throwing the ball down the field, what's the tight coverage about? Usually vertical plays don't have that type of window. You're doing that shit and you're hoping your receivers are the one getting open. Jalen Hurts was not throwing to good receivers at the time, dumbass. Where the fuck was all the receivers? You can't put somebody on a playing field like judging Justin Fields at Ohio State. As we see now, all his receivers went in the first round, right? Jalen Hurts throwing to some guys. Jalen Reagor? No, come on, man. What the fuck is you talking about? But if we're talking about accuracy in the mid and quick game, Jalen Hurts is easily as accurate as Justin Fields. So I think slightly better mechanics, ability to process and all that, and it's starting to show up right now in the NFL, at least as it stands right now. All right, so I have a couple of comparisons right here between Fields, Hurts, and Wilson. Not going to use Trey Lance. He hasn't played enough for me, and I did not put Trevor Lawrence in this category, period. So I'm just going to go by what I said because most people were saying that Justin Fields needed to be the choice, and it was apparent that he could possibly be there. It wasn't that Zach Wilson was going to be there or Trey Lance, really. So it really came between Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields, but I'll just throw Zach Wilson in there just for the hell of it because I wasn't too big on him either. I thought he had some skills, but all that street ball shit, come on, man. Stop comparing people to Patrick Mahomes because they can throw with different arm angles. The fuck out of here. Nobody even knew fucking Zach Wilson was until his last year. Come on, man. You got to stop this shit. And he's playing against terrible competition out there at BYU. It's probably going to take him a little bit to adjust. And let's not, skirt over the fact that he went to the New York Jets as well. So maybe that's something, but I don't give a fuck, right? Nobody gave Jalen Hurts any type of leeway throwing to bad receivers or being in an untenable situation with the coaching staff and all that at Philly during that time period. Everybody wanted him gone after one season. But if we see here, this is over the first 2 complete years for Jalen Hurts, which amounted to 30 games. We have Justin Fields' entire career thus far, which is 19 games, and Zach Wilson's same thing, entire career thus far, which is 17 games. And you can see here 59% completion percentage for Jalen Hurts during that time period, 57.9 for Fields, 56 for Zach Wilson here, 12 touchdowns to 16 interceptions for Fields. Jalen Hurts never had a time where he threw more interceptions than touchdowns, period. He had 22 touchdowns and 13 interceptions by the time he completed his second season. So Fields can't match that. He already has more interceptions anyway. So maybe he can get it together and ball out in that manner, maybe raise his touchdowns or something like that. But it just lets you know right there, Hurts more careful with the ball, in my opinion. And has always been, really. And Zach Wilson here, 10 touchdowns and 13 interceptions going on there. And I noticed something. People would get on Jalen Hurts for running a lot. But Justin Fields, he's not seeing the field at all, really, to me, right? They're really having to baby him and have him do a ton of rollouts
having to move the pocket for him, and now they're implementing a run game for him, a designer QB run game, and people are happy about it. But people made fun of Jalen Hurts for this shit. It just makes no sense. Come on, man. Right here, you see both of them 5.6 yards per attempt, and Jalen had 1,138 yards at the end of his tenure, the second season, and then 784 yards Fields has right now. Come on, man. What are we doing right here? Average yards per attempt, stuff that people were getting on Jalen Hurts about. He had better than both of those guys. 6.46 to 7 yards, average yards per attempt to 6 for Justin Fields and 5.46 for Zach Wilson. And those guys were known as deep ball guys, right? Come on. Let's check this out right here. Currently, you want to add everything up with Jalen Hurts throw in this season, and everything jumps up for him, of course. 60.9 completion percentage, 28 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. And of course, these guys 12 touchdowns, 16 and 10 and 13. Yes, so that's adding in this year. And I don't know what to tell you. 7.34 yards per attempt, 6 for Justin Fields, 5.46 for Zach Wilson here. So please tell me, as of right now, was your boy right? Did I not go out on a limb? Because this was super unpopular. You'll find some people who are Philadelphia fans, right, who will say that, and people will be like, well, Murph, aren't you a Philadelphia fan? That shit don't count. Listen, when I'm behind this mic, I'm neutral. No matter what, I'm neutral, right? Yeah, Philly's a team that I watch every single game because I was a huge Donovan McNabb fan. I watched everything about him since he was at Syracuse. That's my dude. Obviously, everybody knows Philadelphia's my city, right, where I stay at. But that don't count. I wasn't doing that, right? I could have easily said, yeah, Justin Fields should be the pick and all this. No, this is from analysis. I thought that Jalen Hurts is just, to me, a better or just as good a quarterback as Justin Fields. Whatever you think Justin Fields can do, Jalen Hurts can do, and there will be no reason to replace Jalen Hurts with the Justin Fields. It would be redundant, in my opinion. He wouldn't have done anything. Now, people are going to say Justin Fields doesn't have the talent around him. Well, Jalen Hurts didn't have the talent around him. Now, look, they did what I said. I went on to say that they should get Kyle Pitts at that 6th pick. They did even better than that, in my opinion. They dropped back, got Devontae Fields, and were able to accumulate more picks. Now he has a complete team. Philly is playing chess. That Philly team is scary as shit. I love that Philly team, man. That shit is stacked beyond belief, and they just got Robert Quinn. That's how you build up a team around a young quarterback, and then you can see what they start to look like. But, hey, I was told that Justin Fields will make everything look better as it was presently that year. Would he have? No, he would have been looking pretty pedestrian in a Philadephia Eagles uniform. The offensive line was terrible, in my opinion. They needed to get better. It did get better, and he needed better weapons. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, that shit is hard, right? And Quez Watkins stepping up. And we already know the tight end situation's always gravy there. So, come on, man. I don't know what to tell you, but let me know what you think about that, right? Was I right or was I right? Strike the band.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.